Well, hey everybody, Doug Rucker here with DougRuckerSchool.com and DougRuckerStore.com, and I'm going to finish up the series on DIY versus ready-to-use products that we have available to the store. So today I'm going to be talking about the pressure washer gun assembly, ball valve setup, adjustable wand, and some other things. So stay tuned for that coming up next. Hey everybody, real quick before I get into the guns, just want to remind you that we are located right here in Houston, Texas, Porter, Texas actually, right by Kingwood. So if you're in the area or outside of the area, that's where we're located. We'd love for you to stop in and see us if you are in the local area. Love to visit with folks and help them out in their business, especially if they're just starting out. So again, Porter, Texas, 25428 Loop 494. We're kind of right by North Park and 59 area. So we're your Houston, Texas pressure washing and soft washing supply store. So stop in and see us. Okay guys, real quick, well not real quick, but this is the pressure wash gun assembly that we sell. You can purchase this ready to use, or you can buy this DIY. So ready to use, of course, we put it together. DIY, we just send you the parts and you can put it together. It's very easy to put together, but this is a great gun that a lot of people use, myself included, for downstreaming. It's got a nice little short 12-inch star-shaped grip. We've got a Mossmatic gun swivel here so you can rotate. And what the excuse me, what the rotating does is, if you've got your J-rod on and you're cleaning something, and let's get that straightened out, and you can see it's this nozzle right here is spraying vertically. So if you wanted to spray horizontal, you could just simply twist the swivel here and it will swivel for you so that you can change orientations very easily without having to stop, move your nozzle and rotate it. You can, if you're off pressure, sometimes turn this. It just depends on the quality of your fitting, but again, having the Mossmatic swivel on there is very handy, especially if you've got a aluminum extension wand on it. We have aluminum extension wands that you can put on to extend this if you need to. So yeah, the aluminum extension wands come in very handy if you want to reach places a little bit higher than what this gun will allow you to. This is, I believe, a 36-inch. We have them in 24, 36, 47, or 48. But you can very easily just put this into your quick connect on your end, then put your J-rod or whatever nozzle you want to use here, and now you've got extended length using the same gun. So that's very handy, very easy to use. And like I said, we've got these in all different lengths. If you need those or want those, you can get those as well. Okay, so another popular gun that we sell, or wand setup that we sell, is the adjustable dual lance wand. And I've got a couple other videos on the channel about how to use this and what we use it for when we use it. Also on the website, there's a couple of videos there. Actually, another video that shows you how to put this together and also showing how I use it on a brick house. So that will be very beneficial to you as well. When you order this, it does not come with the gun. So you would need to order the gun. If you wanted to put the hose swivel like what was on the pressure wash gun assembly, you could do that so that it swivels. It would just go here, and then your gun would go here. And so then that would give you the ability to turn this if you wanted to as well. I don't like it for some reason on the adjustable. I like the adjustable for me to be fixed. I just feel like I get a little bit more control and have more control over the gun as opposed to it swaying back and forth, because that's kind of what it feels like it's doing to me. So I don't necessarily, like I said, I don't use the swivel on it. I do have one gun set up on my truck like that, one adjustable like this, and again, I just don't like it. I've been meaning to take it off but haven't done it. But when you order it, like I said, it does not come with the gun, but what you do get is the accessory kit that's included in the price. And so what you're getting is a soap nozzle, which goes on the bottom barrel here, and you want to get that to where it's pointing sideways and going to spray out like that. You don't want it pointing up towards this fitting or it's going to hit that. And then we have a 1/4 inch fitting that pulls this out a little bit. It just helps get it closer to the ground, and also it allows you to get it on nice and easy without interfering with the soap nozzle. So the adjustable wand is actually designed for downstreaming, and what would happen is when you turn this down a little bit, water or your bleach mix or chemical, whatever you're using, would come out of the bottom barrel, and you'll still have water coming out of this. But it allows you to downstream and rinse at the same time. But what would happen is you turn this back up to rinse, and the water or the bleach mix stops coming out of here and it goes here, but it's going to be full pressure. Like if you're using a green or yellow nozzle, then it's full pressure. And that just takes a lot of time to rinse because it's high pressure water, which is a lot of mist by the time you get it onto the surface. So we don't use it that way. We use it with our Flow Pro remote or a downstream bypass injector, or some way that you can cut the bleach off, and we use it only for water. And so what this allows us to do is to control our pressure at the gun if we're cleaning brick or a delicate surface like wood, some EPIS, trimming out driveways, things of that nature. Like I said, I've got a whole couple of videos on the channel. If you type in the search on the channel, adjustable wand, they should come up. But this is a very, very handy item to have and very easy to use, and can help you prevent a lot of damage by you controlling your pressure at the gun. Okay, so the next thing is everybody's favorite ball valve setup. And so this is a great thing to have. It's got your ball valve on here. Mine, again, is pointing with the plug out. That's the way the water would flow out. And so my gun or my hose hooks into this end. And then that allows me to connect to my gun with the coupler fitting coming off the gun. And the biggest thing that this does, it allows you to switch from a gun to a surface cleaner, switch guns if you want to, different types of tools that you may be using without having to go back to your machine and turn your machine off, come back to the gun, release the pressure, then go back, then change out whatever tool you're using and go back and start the machine up again. Saves a lot of time, and it allows your hose to swivel with the gun. So it keeps it from getting looped back behind you and you having to stop, take your gun and turn it like that, trying to get it straight again. So this is another great item to have on your truck and use on a daily basis. You can get this ready to use, or you can get this DIY. And highly recommend that you have these. It's great. You can rinse if you're spraying out of this end. It's a great way to rinse because you can crack the pressure a little bit. And then a lot of guys will use this on this end. I don't, because it's just a personal preference thing. And I'm also concerned about losing an O-ring with the water spraying out, especially if you crack it down too much. So let's go to the vise and we'll show you guys how to put these things together. Okay guys, we'll start off with the ball valve. That's the easiest thing to do. Basically just look at your ball valve. One end of the stem or the actual handle for the valve is longer than the other. And so that's the way I like for my water to flow that way. It doesn't really matter, it'll flow either way, but I just like mine flowing that way. And so what I do is, of course, Teflon tape all the fittings first. Anytime I'm putting stuff like this together, I go through and tape every single fitting first so that I'm not stopping and taping one fitting at a time. Just saves a lot of time. So we've got that put into the vise. Just going to put a little lock seal on this. If we can get lock seal out of it. Seems like every time I grab one of these it's completely empty. And then adjustable wrench. I'm just going to tighten her down. Nice and snug, don't over tighten it. Flip this around. And then the first thing I'm going to put in is the Mosmatic swivel. Again, a little dab will do you. And then tighten that down. All these threads, you know, you can't really mess this up because they all go pretty much one direction. And then I just drop the ball valve down to the swivel part so I can put the last fitting on. And do the same thing, just tighten it up. And there you have it. Then it's all put together. So you can buy this DIY or you can get it ready to use and we'll put it together for you. So that's the ball valve setup again with a swivel that helps to control your hose. The hose will move with the swivel so that it's not getting wrapped and in loops back behind you. Great for hose management. Okay guys, so next we're going to show you the pressure wash gun assembly. And so what I do is just put this into my vise like so. Don't tighten it down or wrench it down. As long as you're not tightening these things down and putting a lot of pressure on things, you're not going to break anything. So I just kind of snug my vise up a little bit. Just gave you some advice a second ago that I tape all my fittings first before I start putting anything together so that everything's ready to go on there. We've got the 12-inch grip here. So we tape it up. Okay, so everything's taped. The first thing to go on is going to be the swivel. And so it's going to go first into the gun. It's a 1/4 inch male coming out of the swivel. Again, you can't really mess this up. It's their threads are all, you know, pretty much set up for you not to get it wrong. Next thing I'm going to do is the 12-inch star-shaped grip. And so we'll get that started. And once I've got it kind of snugged up, I'm going to drop my gun down to the swivel part. And I'm just going to tighten it up by hand. I'm not going to put a wrench on it. Doesn't need one. And then the next thing, while I've got it down there, I'm going to move it back up. And I'm going to put on the quick connect coupler at the bottom because that's my inlet fitting. That's where my water is coming in. So when you're choosing these, a lot of people say, how do I know what my inlet fitting is? Well, your inlet fitting is going to be opposite of the fitting that the water is coming out of on your hose. So on your hose, if your water is coming out of the plug, That's your outlet fitting. So your inlet fitting would be the socket or the coupler, however you want to call it, okay? So if you're buying it ready to use, that's how you tell what you need. Some guys would use this fitting here, the plug fitting, because their water is coming out of the coupler on their hose. So your inlet fitting on any type of tool, whether it's the ball valve setup, adjustable wand, pressure washing gun assembly, is always going to be the fitting that the water is coming into. That's your inlet fitting. Then the last thing we got to put on is the quick connect. Told you I don't really get it tight. Okay, so we're just going to put a little lock seal here. Snug it up. She's ready to go. By the way, guys, while I'm talking, don't forget, hit that subscribe button if this is helping you. Also, leave me a like, comment, question mainly. If you have a question on anything I'm talking about here, then just let me know. And also, don't forget our next hands-on training here in Houston. We do once a month. I've been doing it for the last 11 years. It's coming up August 8th and 9th right here in Houston. So come on out. We go out and show you how to clean a roof, show you how to clean a house, show you how to clean a driveway, how to protect property, hands-on training using the equipment that we use. And then also don't forget the online video school. I really think that that's the best value out there that you can get for training. It's got 11 years worth of videos on it too. And also gives you the ability to take tests. All right, so next we're gonna do the adjustable wand. And so here, we're gonna put a little bit of our lock seal. I've already Teflon taped that. Now what I want to do on here is I wanna make sure that my gun, the angle of my gun is pointed with this. I want those kind of parallel. I don't want my gun up like that and then the handle down. Some guys do. I don't like that. So we're going to take our gun, put it on. Once you get it going, just kind of hand spin it around. Again, just snug it up. And then I'm going to get it, like I said, straight with the pistol grip. So it's straight down like that. Okay. The next thing we have to do is let's see if I can do this so you guys can see it. That may not hold. There, you can see that. All right, so the next is the accessory kit, which is basically your nozzles. And again, the accessory kit comes with it when you purchase it. Used to be we charged separately for it, but because we're buying so many of these from the place we're buying them, we got a better price on them. So I just decided to pass the savings on to you guys and not charge for this accessory kit instead of raising the price. Okay, so we're going to take the soap nozzle, but again, don't let that fool you. We only use water coming out of this. We don't use it for downstreaming. So I want to make sure the soap is on the bottom barrel. Don't let that confuse you. I keep saying the soap nozzle. That's just because that's what it is, but we don't use it for soap coming out of it or bleach. So we want to get that turned. All right, and then once we've got the soap nozzle on it, we're going to put our little 1/4-inch fitting. Basically a 1/4-inch threaded nipple. Male. And so we're going to spin that on. The one thing I can see is I've got my soap tip is not aligned properly. So we're going to fix that. So just get this kind of snug in too. Before I do that, if you look, you can see my soap nozzle is going up that way. So when it sprays, it's going to hit that. So I need to take my little wrench and turn that ever so slightly so it's going straight that way. Okay, so next we're going to put on the socket end, which is where your nozzle, green, yellow. I only use green, yellow nozzles on this. Rarely ever do I use my J-rod with this, but I have. Never use a shooter tip on it. This is mainly just for, like I said, detailing around areas. It's for trimming out driveways, cleaning stonework where you can lower the pressure, because what this allows you to do is it allows you to get close up to a surface but turn the volume or the pressure way down and clean with water volume. So if you've got a 5, 6, 8 gallon per minute machine, even a 4 gallon per minute, but the more water volume you have, the better this thing works, because you're flooding stains out versus using high pressure. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, leave a comment, or ask me a question. Would be glad to help you guys. If you need me further, you can always email me at pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. You guys have an awesome day, awesome evening, whatever time it is there for you. Stay hydrated out there. It is hot. So drink plenty of water before you start working. That's a big tip, okay? Get hydrated first and don't wait. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.